Hello and welcome to the Aspirant Script. Uh, I have started the discussion on the previous year questions of the mains examination of the UPSC. Uh, in these discussions, I'll give you the approach to the questions, how should we approach the question, and what is the model answer to the questions. I'll try to give you that analysis, and I'll also present you the model answers which I have written myself during the course of a preparation. Here we go. This is a question on the modern Indian history, which was asked in 2025. The question is that Jyotirao Phule's writings and efforts of social reform touched issues of almost all subaltern classes discuss. Now, this is the question you see. First, I'll try to decode the approach that how should we approach the questions. Okay, so here the question is a very simple and a straightforward question, because the question is asking you the writings and efforts of the social reformer Jyotirao Phule, and how did those writings and efforts touched issues of almost all subaltern classes. So you should know the answers. I mean, you should remember the work of the Jyotirao Phule to write the answer of the questions here. So that is how we can make up the answer to the questions. I'll also reveal now the answer which I have written basically. So of course everybody knows that the answer to a question in mains examination has to have a three part. So I've started with the introduction part here. So in the introduction, of course, we can brief about the Jyotirao Phule's, because writings and efforts will comprise the main body part of the answer. So we can briefly give the introduction about the Jyotirao Phule for that matter. So as I have written here, now you can see that he was born in Maharashtra and he was a pioneer in social reforms. He belonged to lower caste Mali community. So very brief introduction about the Jyotirao Phule, then give a heading to elaborate on the writings and efforts of the Jyotirao Phule, and touching almost all subaltern classes. So we know that his efforts and writings basically were primarily against the lower caste. Yes, and he did much to the cause of the girls and the Badore marriage, of course. These are his main contributions. So how did I started writing it? I wrote a first point that. You see, against upper caste Brahmanical domination. This is what he did for that matter. So he established a Samaj which is called as a Truth Seeker Society in 1873. This is what I've written here, which in Hindi was known as a Satya Sodhak Samaj. And this Samaj advocated against Brahmanical domination. We know that this Samaj involved the lower caste people also, and provided them the leadership also to serve the cause of the, or serve the welfare of the lower caste basically. This is what I've written basically, against the Brahmanical domination, and provided a venue for the lower caste people. Then the second point, we know that he had certain writings. So Sarvajanik Satya Dharma and Gulamgiri were the main, which is what I have written here, that these writings, they laid the foundation uh, of the social service by advocating for betterment of the lower caste. And we know that in Gulamgiri, he also compared the caste operation with the American slavery. So this is what you could have written here basically. Then the third point, we know that he worked among the girls. Now he, along with his wife Savitribai Phule, opened school for a girls education at Pune. So this is what we have written for promotion of the girls education. Then advocation of the Badore marriage, which he did. So he did much to popularize the idea of the Badore marriage in Maharashtra. The another point, we know that he did much to promote for the promotion of the education among the lower caste, which is what I've written basically. He refuted the Sanskritic domination, Sanskritic ideals of the upper caste, and promoted the education among the lower caste people. Again, he promoted the betterment of the common masses as well. And this is the point which shows that these are the different points, so to say, which shows that he worked across girls, across lower caste people. The women, for widow remarriage, common masses, poor peasantry. So this is what this is how you were supposed to write the answer. And now, after writing this answer, I realized that the question was this question was asked actually for 15 markers. So of course, now you would have written, since the question, the tail word here is a discuss, so you could have written the limitation of the, you could have added the limitation of the Jyotirao Phule's work and efforts, basically writings, for that matter. Yes. And to make it to make sure that you make it for a 15 marks, basically. Okay, so this those limitation would have been like, for instance, we could have written that he had a limited reach to the masses. For that matter, he had only a regional character. For instance, he was limited to the Maharashtra and this western India, basically. And then certainly we can write that he did this he found that the colonial people were also hand in glove, basically, to exploit the poor and the peasantry, etc., etc. So which and also, the other point, that he was not able to give an alternative model, basically, for the poor people, basically. Okay, and then you could have concluded the answer, which is what I have written here. He inspired others to continue on a social reform and social equality. This resulted into better provision for lower casted independence, for that matter. And so this is how the answer to the question would have been written. Okay. So with that, I'll take you on a leave. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned and updated for other answers.